Yep, you know what time it is. Prison talk and doing for self. It's Yasir X. I'm on my way to clean my truck out. Me and the brothers, the mighty FOI, getting on the corner with the final call newspaper. In Homer, Louisiana, going to support the brother Will. Assalamu alaikum, brother Will. If you listen, I got a story for y'all, man. I was in Parchman. I had just made it to the state penitentiary. Like 3 days. I had been in there 3 days before this particular incident took place. I was in Unit 29G building. For those that's been locked up and those in Mississippi, from Mississippi that know about Parchman, they know Parchman ain't no joke. And especially they know Unit 29 ain't no joke. They call it the Terror Dome or the Thunder Dome. You know, not to be saying it in a braggadocious way, but a lot of killings, a lot of rapings, a lot of suicide went on in Unit 29. When I got there, G building was the holding building, the intake building, where you so they'll know where they gonna send you next. Now, right before I got there, G building was known for known for the popping off, known for the gang banging and the stabbing and whatnot. So this is my third night here. And you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I ain't gonna front. After coming through Rankin County is the process and where you get processed, and they let you know what prison or facility they gonna ship you to. And you have a lot of private facilities in the state of Mississippi. And this 1996, so at this time, it wasn't but a few of them, but now you have a lot of facilities in the state of Mississippi. So I went through Rankin County, went through that process, and that right there was a whole nother story. Like, in Rankin County, you just like, man, what the hell I done got myself into, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna save that one for another story. So I make it to Unit 29G building. I'm there about 3 days. We had rec call, we had gym call. Back then, they had weights in the gym. A man got killed. His head got split with a weight, so they took the weights out probably about maybe 3 years after that. But anyway, so we in the gym, shoot ball, and I have a homeboy. He on the unit with me. My homeboy Ernst, shout out Ernst, from New Orleans, Louisiana, but he grew up in Mississippi where I'm from. You know, he back and forth. Anyway, shout out to Ernst. We were holding it down in there together in Unit 29G building. So we walking back from the gym, and you have a female officer in the back, 2 female officers in the back, and I think it was another officer in the front, a male officer. So me being me and Ernk being who Ernk is, you know, we kind of flirting and whatnot. And I mean, cause the guards they were fine, just to be straight up. And then we young, 16, 17 years old, so we flirting and talking, and they just laughing and giggling and ha-ha. So we make it back to the building, and the male officer tell me to stay in the hallway. So I stay in the hallway, not knowing what's going on, man. I'm new to prison. I'm new to, prison life and how female guards can shoot you in the cross just to get you beat up by the officers, the male officers, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm standing in the hallway, and one of the male officers stood up, and then you got 3-4 more other officers come from other buildings around G building. Talking about what you doing, playing with yourself in front of this office. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, I'm getting nervous now, just to be straight up. I'm nervous as hell. Because, you know, I'm in a situation. I don't even know how I got myself in this situation. So I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. You know what I mean? And so they hooping and hollering and rah, 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 rah. I'm standing against the door. Then you got the them, they standing at the door. It ain't but one door. So everybody in the on the tier can't see what's going on. But them standing at the door. And he calling my name. They call me Thug back then. Thug, what's going on, man? What's going on? I'm just standing with my back against the door. So I don't know what's going on. So anyway, one of the young male officers, he told the other officers, let me handle the situation. So he took me outside. He said, man, come take a walk with me. He was a cool dude. And I thank God for that dude, because, you know, I really think these officers was going to beat me up. But anyway, he was like, man, look, you look like you young, look like you don't got no business being in here. You don't even got no hair on your face. So I know you knew. He was like, man, you got to be careful with these female guards, because they love to shoot crosses. They love to shoot crosses just to see you get hurt and beat up by either an officer or by, you know, the gangs in the prison. So I'm like, man, I appreciate that, but I don't know what she was talking about. I mean, yeah, I was flirting with her on the way back from the gym, but I didn't pull my Johnson out, and I wasn't doing that, man. You know what I mean? He was like, man, just go back to the building and just keep your head low, man. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. I can't forget the officer. I forgot the officer's name. So I'm like, I appreciate that. So that's one of the stories I had, man. Just making it to the penitentiary, to Unit 29. And so I'm gonna share one more story from 29. And so I stayed in G building for about 2 to 3 weeks before they decided to move me to another building. Now 29, if you look at 29 from the outside, it is a big old, it look like the projects. It look like, you know, how the projects made up. And you got two sides, it's big. You got A, B, C, D, E, F, and G building. And then across, you got H, J, I, so forth and so on. It's a big old unit. So they sent me to H building. So me and a couple of the guys that was in the intake building, they walking us across, you know, shackled up and whatnot. And we get outside the gate of H building, you can hear the guys coming to the window. We got new fish. I'm like, man, what the hell I done got myself into? And I got 20 years too. Like the judge sentenced me to 20 years. I'm like, man, I got to deal with this for a long time. New fish. And you can hear some yelling, I got the white boy mine. I'm gonna make him my bitch. You know what I mean? And you heard other inmates yelling, I got him, he mine. I'm like, man. So we went in the building. I was on the zone to the right. I can't remember whether it was A zone or B zone. I can't remember. So I'm on the zone for a couple of days, you know, just being aware of my surroundings. I know a couple of guys in there that I was in Rankin County with. So I'm just observing and paying attention. And I remember the first time I seen a man get stabbed to death. I think I had been there like 2 weeks. They were down at the tonk table gambling. One of them, the dude who did the stabbing, he was a stone, a black pea stone. And the other dude, he was what they consider a peon, meaning he wasn't affiliated. So they downstairs gambling, playing tonk, right? And they get to arguing, and the dude who the stone, he said, "All right, man," and just walked off. So usually when a gang member get in a situation, they usually huddle up. But just observing this dude, even though he was a stone, he stood his own. Like he didn't, he ain't go tell nobody when he had issues. Of course, everybody see what's going on, but he was one of the guys that kind of held his own. Like he didn't want nobody around him. He stayed to himself. You know what I mean? But he was about that business. But anyway, he came up to the top stairs, went in his cell, came back out, and just slowly walked back to the table. And the man was putting the cards in the box. And I'm standing over the rail just watching. And he stabbed him in the neck like 3 times. Like blood just gushing everywhere. So I'm like, man, God, what have I got myself into? Nervous as hell. I'm young. You know what I mean? I know all these lifers in here. You know what I mean? I know they look at me like I'm a fresh piece of meat, so I had already made my mind up. And I told my mom that, I can't let nobody do me, any kind of way. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to kill him if it comes to that, or be killed. So he stabbed the dude. Dude ended up dying. The ambulance came in. I mean, you in 29, you can hear you can hear the sirens. The ambulance came. They came, picked the man up, put him on the stretcher. K9 came in, locked us down, and that was the first time me seeing somebody get stabbed and killed. Now, through over the years, mind you, I did 12 years the first time. Throughout the years, I seen plenty of people get stabbed, but on a few of them just got stabbed and, died. So that was my first experience with seeing somebody get stabbed up like that. Blood just gushing everywhere. Man, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, by now you know that I'm a Muslim. I am a follower of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And like I said when I first started the video, me and a couple brothers, I'm finna go clean the truck out. Me and a few brothers going to another town to push the Final Call newspaper. And speaking of the Final Call newspaper, I just want to let y'all know that we ain't no paper boys, homeboy. We ain't no paper boys. I know a lot of people see us on the corner, they think we out there begging and asking for money, like we don't have our own businesses, like we don't got jobs. What's in that Final Call is good information, true information. Now, I hear a lot of black people, and I see a lot of black people posting on social media talking about we need to control the narrative and tell our own story. Well, that is the Final Call newspaper, partner. We sacrificing time with our families. We sacrificing our lives being out there on the corner trying to share good information with the people. But I know what it is. The false propaganda is so strong in America that y'all think we bad people. Y'all think we terrorists, and you know what I mean? Y'all think we evil. Y'all think we don't believe in God. Y'all just think the worst of the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But I guarantee you, if you got that Final Call newspaper from one of the brothers you see standing out there on that corner, just a $2 donation, I guarantee you'll see what we really about. And those who know what we really about know we the most humblest dudes, the most caring dudes on the face of the earth. Just to be honest, you don't know no member of the Nation of Islam just out here wilding like that. I'm talking about a real, true member, a member who understands the teachings and trying to follow the teachings to the best of his ability, So I'm saying, you see a brother out there in that corner with that Final Call newspaper, Get a brother a $2 donation, and sometimes he might not even take the money because he wants you to read it, so he gonna give it to you. Read the Final Call newspaper and see what we're about instead of going about what you hear, or instead of going about what you heard about maybe one or two people who claim to be a member and they did something wrong. Find out what we're about for yourself. We controlling the narrative. We have our own phone land. We got the newspaper. We have schools. We really trying to build a nation within a nation. You know, I'm not knocking the the black people who are political and want to run for office and make change that way. But we teaching separate. And that's going to be a whole nother topic. You know, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Just pulled up to my brother's car wash. About to get the truck cleaned out. And we about to head out and soldier for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And with that being said, salute.